taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. And you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots. You are not as tough as.
It's good to be back for Breakdown, our first of 2026 with new theme, new everything, and this thing is a bop. Welcome to the show. We have 5 scheduled matches on the docket, 2 Conquest qualifiers, 2 big Battle Royales, and 1 championship main event to look forward to. So why don't we jump straight into the action with our first Battle Royale. Well, let's get it. Our first of 2 Battle Royales to determine who will be facing off for number 1 contendership. Let's go.
The following is an 8-man Battle Royal. Making his way to the ring from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, Sami Zayn.
Obviously, next week on Breakdown, we will be elevating it to a 1v1, a breakout prospect here in 2026 for Breakdown Sapphire Championship. Drew McIntyre will be watching on. In fact, I'm getting word from our general manager, Solo Sikoa, that Drew is going to have a first-hand viewing of the matchup. What that means we'll find out next week, but there's something awry for the number 1 contendership to his championship. Talking now about competitors, Sami Zayn. First viewing of him here in IPW in a long time. Looking to go for McIntyre's belt. Let's get there.
From Sacramento, California, weighing in at 205 pounds, the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock.
7 dangerous things stand in front of them. One of them is the most dangerous. Ken Shamrock. There. Compete out of the Lion's Den for this brawl of a Battle Royale. The rules are pretty simple. Only way to win is to throw your opponent over the top rope, and both feet must touch the floor. There are 8 men in this match, so you have to eliminate 7, and then you win. A matchup like this tends to favor the big, the brave, and the bold, and well, all 3 words can describe this man.
Sherrills Ford, North Carolina, weighing in at 385 pounds, Braun Strowman.
The shirt says it all. He's one big son of a bitch. And let's be honest, it's a deserved title. The former circus athlete, musclehead, as some may call him, Braun Strowman, looking ready to compete in a matchup like this. Former Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale winner. Such a mouthful of a name. You should really just call it a WrestleMania Battle Royale. And well, he's won that. One of the first to do that. But as we turn our attention back to the classics,
And from the Gulf of America, weighing in at 202 pounds, El Grande Americano!
ole, as it's El Grande Americano set to compete in Battle Royale action. Surprisingly, one of the best records here in IPW that you don't expect to be as good as he is. But who is under that mask? We are yet to find out. Certainly a contentious point over the years, or over 2025, has been who is El Grande Americano. But as it stands, that focus is not as impactful as what is at stake in this match. The attention on the Sapphire Belt. Remember, the winner of this matchup isn't guaranteed a shot.
And from Philadelphia, weighing in at 240 pounds, the Sandman!
And as the field starts to shape up, a lot of potent challenges are taking shape here as the Sandman, fired up as always, ready to go and fight here tonight inside the Breakdown Arena. Slow walk begins as he's busted open already from a nice good old beer bash. Honestly, one of the greatest hardcore extreme legends of the game. A man that defined ECF&W. You knew as soon as Enter the Sandman began to play, business was about to pick up. Obviously, that theme not present here, but it's still game time. It's still kick the hell out of everyone time. As Sandman finally completes the tour de ring and now takes his spot in this matchup. Already we've got a giant, a luchador, and a few other stars, including a hardcore specialist, a brawler in a never give up's attitude of Sami Zayn as well in the mix. Field's gonna shape up nicely with a all-round feel. We go from a luchador to a superhero.
And weighing in at 215 pounds, the Hurricane!
And now, Hurricane Shane Helms entering the fray here. Not someone we see too often. It's a similar sort of trend for this matchup. It is strong stars that don't appear too often. And clearly Solo Sikoa is making a statement that, well, it's time to give a shot to those who are outside the picture and bring them into the photo frame.
And from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 202 pounds, Chad Gable!
Well, this has certainly confirmed some things. that El Grande Americano is not ready, willing, and Gable. There's Alpha, American Alpha, represented here by Chad Gable. Former Olympian, ready to go here against a very stacked field. And we're rolling back the years with this theme. It's certainly a nice tune to hear. But how about we get ready to fly with a phenomenal one? Talk about rolling back the years. So good to hear this.
From Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, AJ Styles.
We're going back to his TNA days. The heyday. The star-making period of his career. As he got ready to fly and take over the X Division. And then the main event scene of TNA. Now the phenomenal one rolls back the years and looks to do the same here on Breakdown. A potential shot at Drew McIntyre's championship on the line for all the stars involved. And AJ Styles looking to be firm favorite to win it all. Let's get going as the bell rings. The brawling can begin. Already we're seeing some offense taking place as Styles put in the corner. Rear naked choke applied there by Shamrock that El Grande Americano escapes. Gable and El Grande now starting to get into a little tussle. Gable, headlock, switcheroo, takes out the ankle and picks that leg. Nice technical grappling, and again, similar form of offense utilized there. Well, you've got three, I'd say, MMA style fighters battling there as Gable, El Grande, and Shamrock tee off. It's now Shamrock and Gable going to work against one another. Meanwhile, as we pan our attention around the ring, Zayn and the Sandman battling. A certainly similar style there between those two, very sluggish and brawling.
Strowman has been eliminated.
But surprisingly, the big boy, the giant, Braun Strowman, the first eliminated from this matchup. I thought that he would probably be the hardest to eliminate due to his stature, but Styles able to eliminate him with great ease. And he's looking to go for a second here as El Grande Americano in trouble. Balance over top. Zayn looking to work alongside him to eliminate El Grande. Hanging on by a thread. The boot's still going to be pressed into his chest. And, well, Americano brings it back into the ring. Now going to turn it on. Styles send him out to ringside. Onto the ringside apron, I should say. But Hurricane's gone. Zayn securing that elimination. And trying to turn his attention now on to Shamrock. He batters him off. Up, down. Frankensteiner from Shamrock. Gonna get some damage, and now a Northern Light suplex. Beautifully executed there. Zayn in trouble. Meanwhile, low blow. El Grande taking it to Gable. That's going to do a lot of damage to the lower region. Certainly technical wrestling prowess there from El Grande Americano with that maneuver. Because what it does is secure an elimination onto Gable. We're down to 4 as we've reached the halfway point of this matchup. Styles, El Grande Americano, Zayn, and Sandman. Also, there's Shamrock in this. I tell a lie. We've got 5 still left. But it may go to 4 in a second as Shamrock tossed over, skinning the cat, stays alive. Matchup for him still continues on it, but for Zayn it might not be. Well, I tell a lie, is Shamrock not going to be able to keep his offense going against Zayn. Sandman, Scorpion Death dropping him. Moves him from that picture. Zayn in trouble. A clubbing blow connecting. The Sandman joins him up there. Not a place you want to be, but an avalanche Hurricane Rana. Certainly going to apply pressure. Beautiful belly to belly from Shamrock. The issue is now, this body's in a lot of trouble, but capitalizing and throwing him out, yet to happen. Shamrock, a punch to Styles, but not able to get him out of the matchup. Zayn gonna have his go at it, pushing onto Styles. Eyes also on the top side of your screen. You've got the Sandman on the verge of being eliminated as well. El Grande Americano trying to get him out. Styles hangs on, as does the Sandman. And these 5 stars still continue their brawl. Springboard. Trademark. Phenomenal one. That over-the-top inverted DDT utilized to great affection. El Grande Americano bringing down Styles in a similar sort of fashion to what Zayn did. 2 Hurricane Ranas. And you have to feel one mistake, one slip-up at this stage of a match could result in elimination. Styles caught by the Sandman. And he's going to be spiked, but Zayn was tossed over the top there by El Grande. That came out of nowhere. Shamrock hangs on, but he's gone. We're down to 3. El Grande, Styles, and the Sandman. Remember, the winner faces the winner of our next 8-man Battle Royale at the end of the show. That one, I've read the field. It is stacked to the brim, similar to like this one. Styles brought back into the ring. Counterintuitive actions there by El Grande. That's going to be possibly the biggest mistake, because now the Sandman just belly to back suplexes him. There's Styles gone. Couldn't hang on. Sandman just tossed him out. Great ease there for the Sandman. The hardcore Reverend to just drop him over the top, and that was a beautiful Fisherman's Buster from El Grande Americano. Sandman and El Grande, the final 2 here. But it could be down to 1 as Sandman tossed over the top, hanging on by a thread. Battering the leg of El Grande Americano to get back into the ring. Able to do so, but the momentum shifting in the favor of the Sandman now. That boot, so powerful, it launched El Grande back to his feet into that corner. Voice grab, and then he's hooked him up. And I've got a feeling Spike pile driver was coming. It certainly did. El Grande's head in tatters, and he's sent over the top, and he's gone. Let's look at the replays here, and well, we can just break it down. The first man out, Braun Strowman, just a simple spear to the gut. Styles able to do that elimination, and the same sort of effect happened there to the Hurricane from Zayn. A low blow onto Gable put him in trouble, and that was the next elimination from that point on. The field emptied a little bit as Zayn got tossed out there by El Grande. Followed by Shamrock going over the top as well by El Grande Americano. We were down to 3, and at that point, well, Styles got launched over the top, unable to hold on, resulting in his elimination. And finally, El Grande got spike pile drivered and then tossed over the top for the win. And the Sandman next week will be facing someone for the #1 contendership, Drew McIntyre's title. We'll find out who that is, but how about we prepare ourselves for Conquest? Our first Conquest qualifier starts now. Well, let's get into our first Conquest qualifier. Right.
The following contest is a fatal 4-way match. Making her way to the ring from Glen Ridge, New Jersey, Katana Chance.
Prime time, it's all about the men's television championship. Breakdown. We've got Julia's amethyst belt on the stake. A Conquest at 8 woman. What we like to call a fuckfest. Gonna be truly a miracle, a masterclass. Conquest last year, those matches slapped, and they deliver such potent amount of entertainment. A different kettle of fish coming into this one, as we aren't limiting the levels of competition. Last year's, just to give a few names involved, you had Fallon Henley in the mix, Isla Dawn. This woman was in a qualifier.
And her opponents, first, from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, Chelsea Green.
The first ever winner of that became television champion, and you've got a long lineage of that championship. Now currently set on the shoulders of a woman that was in the inaugural Conquest bout. So, tonight, we find out 2 of our 8 women involved in the Conquest matchup. Chelsea Green joining the field for this opening qualifier. A fatal 4-way. We're going to be eliminating 6 women from the matchup.
And from Miami, Florida, Lola Vice.
Leaving us with literally 5 slots remaining heading into next week and then the following few weeks. All will be filled before we reach Conquest. You just see, it's just, to me, it's so insane how far we've come since last year, since the build-up to the first ever Conquest. And I'm actually going to look at my spreadsheet here. That Conquest bout, looking at it, so many women in there. Oscar, Fallon Henley, Mandy Rose, Jasmine Nix, Lola Vice, Isla Dawn, Rhea Ripley,
Representing Meta-4 from Atlanta, Georgia, Lash Legend.
JC Jane, and Beth Phoenix. What a stacked field in that matchup. I believe it was Beth Phoenix that walked away as champion. Certainly an impressive feat to achieve. during the early days of IPW. The other Conquest matchup. Just reading the names in that one as well. Sheamus, Dragon Lee, Omos, Jey Uso, Kyle O'Reilly, Wade Barrett, Carmelo Hayes, and Christian Cage. Certainly a stacked lineup of stars there. But now with the field set for this first qualifier, it's Lash legend Lola Vice, Chelsea Green, and Katana Chance. One of these four will be going, and Lola's already kicking us off with a beautiful tornado kick. Favorite in this matchup looks to be Chelsea Green, the former television champion in her own right. Winning that championship halfway through 2025, and now in 2026 we're going to go for Julia's belt. A very solid star when given the opportunity to perform. And well, tonight that opportunity is presented in front of her. One that could make or break her run here on Breakdown. Vice and Lash brawling as Green takes on Chance. A nice kick to the chest there from Lola. Just chopping down the giant Lash legend. As Green now turns her attention to Lola and goes for everyone's favorite move here in IPW, the face. Executed with perfection there by Green, as she's currently the only one standing in the ring. I speak too soon. No, never mind. She takes out Chance. Puts her down. Lola returns to the ring, and, well, weaponry, it's all legal, baby. Anything goes in a fatal four-way. The only thing that won't happen is pinfall and submission on the outside. That being said, still an opportunity for some heavy offense to be executed here by all those involved. Right now, Vice caught. Lash not going to be stopped from that nice run. Instead, taken down. As Green is unloading a lot of heavy offense. Nice leg take out there by Chance to bring down Lash from her vertical base. And then a nice belly to back suplex. Good execution here from Katana, who we've seen over the years just expressing skill. She takes out Green now, going for the cover. Not able to get the W just yet. Lash now back in the picture. Just going to flatten Chance. Chance is back up. Back on the offensive and taking out Green. Lola seems to be going for the weaponry quite a lot in this bout. But it's not working out for her. Lash gonna stop her and set Green up to deliver some heavy offense to Lola. Chance is doing well against Lash as well. The offense coming through here. All those involved, they're each getting their little taste of the action, tasting the chances to deliver a knockout shot. Speaking of knockouts, an axe kick to the back of the head. Vice takes down Chance and then follows up with a face buster onto Green. Emptying the ring of competition, she finally goes to the cover, but Green's up, recovered from the face buster. Someone who's not up now is the referee, taking out the picture by Green. The action certainly heating up here, and it's not unexpected. Backbreaker coming out from Lash as the referee's finally recovered. That 305 back fist almost coming through there for Vice. Not able to connect on the swing through though, and Lash is able to unload some heavy offense. Everyone's really swinging for the heavy offense as the first actual pin attempt. Going to be kicked out of there by Chance. And then a follow-up shot. Big choke slam. Drills Green into the mat. Lash going for the cover. Lola needs to get in quick. The count of 2 comes through. Green's forced to kick out to keep this matchup alive for all those involved. Chance dissuading Lash's offense. That 305 back fist connects. Lash's prime target taken out of the picture means that, well, Lola gets a time to shine. Big shots from that sledgehammer connect, and the pinfall comes through here for Lola. Gets a 2 count on the effort. But she is dropped by Green. Big scoop slam from Chelsea as Lash not able to get her choke slam into play. That's stopped by Lola. Lola's out in the picture thanks to Green. Woo-hoo. Big kendo stick being thrown as a rough right hook comes through. Green unloads a big shot, and I think she's not done there. She's lining up Katana for an unpretty connecting with the heavy offense. Lash now going to be grabbed a hold of. Side Russian leg sweep from Green. Going to capitalize with a pin onto Chance. Down and out for the count, but somehow Lash is back up on the offensive. All 4 women realize what's at stake as that spinning back fist used to just knock out Chance. Green needs to go for the cover in this situation. And she is going to go for it. Lash staggering on the outside, returning to the ring, but it's too... No! I was going to say it's too late, but it was too late for Lash to break it up. I didn't expect the kick out from Katana. This matchup's still rolling on here. All the stakes for that shot at Julia's championship. Chance goes for the cover here. Not in an opportune position. Lola's going for one here. Chance breaks it up. I believe while we saw the pin there of Chance, Lola hit her axe kick to the back of Chelsea Green's skull. Keeping Green in bay. Backstabber onto Green as well. I was thinking that Green's really got away, got free with most of the high-octane offense that her opponents possess. Another spinning back fist connecting onto Chance. That 305 back fist just delivering heavy offense for Lola, but at this moment she's in a bad position. Beautiful German suplex from Green. Caught by Chance though. Side Russian leg sweep puts her down and she's forced out the ring. Chance forced in the corner. Lola charging in with a head of steam. Splashing the corner. Connecting and sending Lash for a run. Power slam connecting. Bodies in this matchup starting to feel the effects of a long brawl. Desperation modes may be setting in. Pinfall attempt broken up there by Lash. Green has Lola hooked up. Set up. Unpretty. Ah! Flattens her. Chance into the cover. She hit a 360 code breaker. Shot, though, not enough to put an end to this matchup. But Green, the wily veteran of the matchup, hits a beautiful DDT onto Lash. She's taking out the competition. Lash getting covered right now. Chance trying to just steal it all. A spinning heel kick attempted by Vice. Not gonna connect. All 4 ladies getting back up, but Green caught in the grasp of Lash as Vice has been taken out by Chance. A powerbomb takes out Green. Around the world goes Katana, laying out Lash. And now, eats defeat. High knee misses there for Green as Lola's in the picture. Neck breaker onto Green. Chair shots coming flying. Pinfall attempt. Green in trouble. Lash not in position, but she does get the last laugh on that pinfall. Rough Rider. Chance still trying to steal it here. Big roundhouse connects onto Green. Lola's just flattening everyone with one shot knockout power. And I've got a feeling Chance is going to eat it. Bang! 3 of 5. Back fist. Lash trying to capitalize on that maneuver. Goes for a cover onto Green. Lola's still lining up and hitting the axe kick to the back. 1, 2, nearly. Lash out of position could have cost her the match, but well, she's still in this somehow. Lola, honestly, in this matchup has shown the most effective offense. She's just busted open Lash Legend as well. But Green, the equalizer, baseball bat to the school of Lola, cover, no one there, and Green steals it. Veteran skills on display, picking the moment. Lola went on knockout spree and knocked out a heck of a lot of people and eliminated them from contention from this matchup. But in the end, the big issue was Green. She waited, she utilized the weapon and stole it right under the nose of her opponents. And already, Chelsea Green back in the hunt for the mid-card title here in IPW. The television championship, a thing of the past for Green. In the future, could be looking sapphire for Chelsea now. Our first woman outside of the champion qualified for the live event.
Here is your winner, Chelsea Green.
And it is a wonderful thing to see. We'll have one more lady at the end of the night join her. But for now, I'm getting rumors we're getting a word from a disgruntled employee. Let's find out who that is in a moment's time. Well, this is not unexpected. A disgruntled employee. As you can see, not walking out with a resolution case no more. Irate. And Solo Sikoa has taken it from him. All things considered, if you missed the Winter Classic, what's wrong with you? You'll not understand why this man has not got that briefcase, but it appears the champ, he understands all too well. Ospreay joining Nash out at ringside. I'm going to go toe-to-toe, squaring up to one another. Could this be Nash's chance to get a shot that he rightfully deserves in his eye? Remember, he cashed in on the wrong man. Well, Ospreay's given him a chance. We've got a referee here. Looks like we've got an impromptu matchup. No championship on the line. Could this be classed as a title eliminator? We shall see if Nash wins. I dare say Solo will be giving him a shot at the World Championship. The Emerald Belt could be on the line at Conquest if Nash wins this matchup here tonight. Early offense going in favor of big sexy Kevin Nash. Is now Ospreay. Begins to unload. Nice flurry of offense, but he's pushed off. Nash comes through with a haymaker clothesline. Tries to hit the splash, but Ospreay wise to it. And yeah, getting to that story, if you missed the Winter Classic as said, it was Ospreay versus Roman Reigns in our final matchup in Division 2. And while Ospreay faced Roman, Reigns beat Ospreay via countout. And then Nash charged the ring and just cashed in onto Reigns. And that caused an issue, because technically Reigns was not champion. Ospreay still held the championship heading into the Winter Classic at New Year's Clash, and well, then the whole hullabaloo happened. As Nash, well, he's lost that briefcase since he did utilize it for a, quote, championship matchup. While the belt was technically on the line, pinning the wrong man meant that, well, that ended the bout. And Ospreay, still champion, now showing that he deserves to be still champ. Is this a unique Styles clash? That must have hurt his leg, because that looked awkward. Nash still tossed back in the ring. Ospreay still on the offensive. Goes for the cover finally. Not even a 1 count. It'd be poetic if Nash, well, Ospreay got a count-out victory here over Nash. That would be funny. Splash connects onto Ospreay. Reverses, though, with the step-up enziguri. And now, Nash is in the sights of Ospreay. Hidden, no! The blade doesn't connect. It's retracted. Ospreay needs to go for a different turn of attack. Springboard dropkick misses. Instead, Irish Whip puts Nash on the ropes. Big backdrop off of that maneuver. Ospreay up and around, rolling through into that sunset flip powerbomb. Ooh, boot to the back off that maneuver. And now Ospreay, the champion, sizing up Nash here. Vicious combo into a step-up enziguri finish. Heading to the second rope, and well, Ospreay, he's fired up now. He's proving Nash had no chance in hell to beat him in a title bout. And well, through with the knee, just flattening Nash. Big sexy, not looking so big right now, nor sexy, as Ospreay has just been applying the damage, disrupting the face, and just realistically had firm control of this makeshift matchup here tonight. Ospreay, an Irish whip, a leapfrog into a caught position. Nash delivers the boot and finally goes for the cover. Utilizing the ropes as well, a little cheeky pin. Referee spots it. Gonna stop the pin from happening. Pele off the ropes. Ospreay connects. I'm gonna say it, if Ospreay went for a pin now, I don't think he'd get the win, but this might net a win. Lined up, but again, the blade missing. Ospreay Unable to connect with it. Nash, sidewalk slam connecting. Puts down Ospreay, and this could be the moment, the matchup maker. Ospreay caught. Up top he goes, but he fights out the position. He could have been jackknifed there. Nash was certainly looking for it, but Ospreay wise to it. Neither man yet to be able to hit their finisher. But we're getting close. We're getting to the moment. Standing spiral tap, that corkscrew attack. Utilized to great effect there by Ospreay. He's looking to maybe put an end to Nash. Nash rolls away. It could have been a Styles Class attempt, but this we know what is being attempted. Taken sky high and jackknife to the mat. Nash knife connects and down for the count is the champ. But he's able to kick out at 2, keep this matchup alive. Only for a mere moment, maybe. Nash is finding his stride, that footing he needs in order to bring it to the champ. Meanwhile, Ospreay, wobbly legs, put in the corner, trapped against his will. Now, Nash again with the sidewalk slam. Down goes the champ, who's in peril, because Nash has him up top again. A second Nash knife, this time with a bit more distance, longer place to fall, but still the same result. Ospreay kicks out. This battle waging on. Ospreay needs to find something. A stun dog millionaire. Maybe that's something to get him back in the picture. Nash avoids the standing shooting star. Sorry, moonsault. But Ospreay avoids that standing shoulder tackle. Rolling through Spanish fly. Puts Nash down. And now some worry for Nash. Count out could be looming because he's on the shoulders for a storm. Breaker planted on the outside. The count reaches 7. Ospreay gonna do it right. He returns Nash to the ring. The champion has him in his sights. This time, the hidden blade connects. Nash is down for the... No, not the count yet. Still able to fight out at 2, but Ospreay's not done. Up, over. Leaping to deliver a spiking DDT. Ospreay is rolling now. Nash reeling. He's struggling with the situation because he's currently trapped. Top rope. Cheeky Nando's kick. Ospreay lining up. Big Sexy tries to hit the kick in the bottom corner, but the buckle, the fate for the legs of Ospreay as Nash avoids that shot and a second dropkick attempt avoided. Neither man able to grab it over, but an Irish whip and a back body drop. Changes the tune in favor of Big Sexy Kevin Nash, who has Ospreay hooked up. Standing vertical suplex. Ospreay back to his feet, but a shoulder tackle. Gonna stop that feet position and put Ospreay in a fetal position. Nash, 2 count over the champion there, but a close fall almost goes in favor of the former Resolution case holder. Nash on the verge of being one of the few men to own a victory over Will Ospreay. Gonna take him up top again. Jackknife for the 3rd time this bout. Could this be it? Yes, it is. Statement made.
Here is your winner, Kevin Nash.
I've got a feeling Solo Sikoa had eagle eyes on this one. Is certainly setting something up for conquest. Championship bout between Kevin Nash and Ospreay in the near future. Do you know what time it is? It smells like Conquest qualifying time. How about we get a little phenomenal? As it's time to welcome our First Lady in the second Fatal 4-Way.
Is a Fatal 4-Way match. Making her way to the ring from Melbourne, Australia, Emma.
It's all about her, and well, a pathway to the Sapphire Championship could be paved for Emma if she's able to win this matchup. Already tonight, we've seen one lady, Chelsea Green, qualify for Conquest. And with how our last impromptu matchup went, we could see another championship bout taking center stage. Tonight, though, the focus shifts back to the ladies and the potential of a massive title opportunity on the line for these stars in order to break out. Time we go to sleep a little bit.
And her opponents, first from Chinatown, New York, Wendy Chu.
I'm certainly feeling a little sleepy during tonight's episode of Breakdown. Perhaps it has something to do with Wendy Chu. Putting me to sleep a little bit, to be honest. A woman that we've, I believe, only seen once or twice here in IPW. Certainly during Turmoil, I believe. And then during our draft for the rosters. Chu. A sinister look to her. Very much living up to the moniker on her sleep mask. And in fact, I don't think she's blinked at all on the walk to the ring. Creepy indeed. Did not expect that eye shift at all, but Wendy looking ready to go, it seems. Can she compete with the rest of the field at hand? As well, like our first qualifier, we've got another former television champion in the picture.
And representing Damage Control from Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai.
A woman that won the television championship soon after Conquest. I believe a lady that beat Beth Phoenix in order to earn the title. Then it went to Roxanne Perez. Honestly, going back to early February, January time, IPW was on its rise up, forming our divisions. Remember, back then there was only 2 women's titles, 2 men's title, and 1 tag title. Certainly times have changed since then. Well, it's changed for the good, as we've given more opportunities to breakout prospects. Tegan Knox, one of them prospects, getting a shot here at a Conquest title match. As the field now rounds out, it's Chu, Kai, Emma, and Knox. One of these ladies joins Julia and Chelsea Green at Conquest. Who will it be? How about we skip on to it and get this show on the road? It's going to be Kai and Emma battling in the early stages as Tegan and Chu go to work on each other. Kai getting the better of Emma in the early goings, and Chu doing the same onto her opponent. Expect some early jostling for position, as all these ladies really fresh to the Conquest qualifying scene. Obviously, Kai knows what it's like to be a champion, knows how to get into the title picture. Conquest, one of the more linear pathways to a title shot we have here in IPW. But obviously, with how this year's event is set up, with there only being 2 Conquest matchups, obviously for 2 different divisions entirely, and in 2 different rosters entirely as well, the limit on getting the shot has certainly been imposed. And if you're a woman on prime time, you're kind of grudging to the fact that, well, you've got realistically only 1 championship you can go after at a time. With the fact that Eve Torres has kind of stipulated that only one of the belts, either the Undisputed Women's World Championship or the Television Championship, can be on the line. Though I have heard some grumblings, some murmurs from IPW's management that may be changing in the near future. The double champion may be forced into a situation where it's no longer a double championship. That could certainly swing some tides. But speaking of Fallon Henley in that double championship, obviously, if you missed Tuesday night, it was the IPW award ceremony 2025 on full display as we highlighted some of the best things from the year. And something that we failed to mention, obviously, was some of our matchups, favorite matchups from that year. One for me that didn't get mentioned as matchup of the year or as a nominee was the women's Conquest battle at that show. It had so many ups and downs. And the way it ended, the stories that could have been told, it's hard to imagine how they would have turned out without looking at where we are now. And the fact that back then, Fallon frickin' Henley always seemed to be the runner-up. You think she was runner-up during the New Year's Clash Rumble for the women's Undisputed World Championship that Nia Jax won. Then at Conquest, runner-up to Beth Phoenix, who won the entire bout. And then everything just shifted. Fatal Influence rose to prominence. Henley able to beat Jax and take the championship after, well, on the build-up to Dual Dream. We entered that roulette battle. A special guest referee matchup that, well, changed the tune of IPW forever. But, well, certainly for the women's division. Anyway, focusing back on this matchup. Rings are sat and applied here by Kai. Tegan trapped in that one. Chu, nice suplex there. Half and half onto Emma. Kai, not going to be able to connect here. Nox going to find her off. Nice drop kick there from Tegan. Onto Kai, causes some damage. Eyes on Chu right now. Just lining up Emma. Big, leaping, just like a missile drop kick to the face of Emma. Candlestick in the picture. Going to be utilized to great effect by Chu as now. Back taken, Colossus attacked and used onto Emma. Nox kick to the knee. Has Kai set up for a Shining Wizard. Drills it into the skull, but Emma's there to break up the pinfall attempt that followed it. Nox picked, but returns the shot onto Emma. Chokeslam drills Emma into the mat. High caught. Sleeper hold applied. Turned it into more of a, like a, what's it called, label lock there. Or a crossface. Chu utilizing that to some good effect though. It's put Kai down potentially and out of the match. Pinfall attempt though not going to be utilized onto Dakota. Instead targeting Emma. And as we look at this matchup, the field of combatants in it. For qualifiers, as we say, we said in the opener, the favorite has to be on to Chelsea Green to scamper into the victory. This one I've highlighted Dakota Kai, obviously a former television champion, and the abilities and offensive premise that Dakota possesses. I expect it to be kind of like Lola Vice. Big knockout shots that put an end to a matchup. Speaking of knockout shots, that was not what I expected out of Chu there. But it certainly delivered. Meanwhile, Emma driving like with a Nightwing. Wendy Chu into the mat. Pinfall attempt here though. Nox is trying to steal it here. Onto Chu for a 2. Still not enough to put a dent in the matchup and earn the win. Meanwhile, Kai. Big detonation kick to the skull of Nox. Pinfall attempt here. Chu. Inverted facebuster. Could be costly, but it isn't in the end. Able to keep the bout alive as Kai's chance of winning cut short. Another inverted facebuster. Utilized to secure a lot of potent damage. Potent damage does not equate to painful, agonizing body shots with a sledgehammer. Emma utilized that. Almost got the win on Chu. Gets a 2 count. Again going for the pin, but it's broken up almost immediately by Dakota Kai. Chair to the back of the skull. Stops Kai's offense in its tracks. Gonna have to turn her attention to Tegan Nox. Meanwhile, Chu, submission hold applied here, crossface, utilizing the arm of Emma. I thought for a second there that was a tap out, but it isn't. Instead, it's a pinfall attempt onto Chu. Kai nearly stealing it, but there's no competition for that pinfall attempt. Ripcord forearm strike from Kai connecting. Something we're yet to see is a big-time offensive maneuver out from Dakota. Obviously, she does have that chiropractor in her arsenal, but currently only gone for that detonation kick. Emma maybe turning her tide. Going for that Emma-mite sandwich in the corner, but fails to connect. Instead, Knox avoids it, and then allows Emma to break up the crossface usage from Chu. Beautiful splash out from Knox. Goes for the cover after it in onto Dakota, and there's a lot of history. Never mind, we don't get to talk history. As Team Kick pin each other, it's Knox though that gets the W on a former friend. Tegan sets a date with Julia in that Sapphire Championship. Well, with it, we edge closer towards our main event, though. That rematch for the Ruby belt on the line. But as we watch these replays, you just see Knox actually putting some big shots. I'm a little disappointed as the Kendo 6 go wild on screen. Certainly, it's vibing to the song. God, that thing is going absolutely crazy. Yeah, as we see how these pins rolled out, Knox took the opportunity.
Here is your winner, Tegan Knox.
And with it, earned the dub here and qualification to Conquest. Well, the attention shifts from our first Battle Royale and our 2 Conquest qualifiers. It's time we round out our Battle Royales and multi-man matches with our second Battle Royale. Yeah.
The following contest is an 8-man Battle Royal. Making his way to the ring from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob
Fatu, former television champion, looking for more glory here on Breakdown. And McIntyre in his sights. The Bloodline Killer in McIntyre could have a date with a Samoan Werewolf in the future. A man that will most likely want to pick apart. Well, both men would love to pick apart one another and destroy them to the bone. And eat them. And ravage their actual lives. But for that to happen, Fatu has to win this 8-man Battle Royale. But as we get to meet the field, it's time we add some Brits into the picture. Close friend of McIntyre.
from England, weighing in at 93 pounds, Ridge Holland.
It used to be fight night for him, but now it's time to reinvent yourself and become a monster. Holland no longer some lackey. Now he's looking to become a top star here in IPW. He's looking to break out. Difficult task to do that, as not many stars manage to make it. But in a matchup like this, potential cause upset could happen. But that upset could be short-lived, because this man may have put a target on his back.
Punjab, India, weighing in at 347 pounds, the Great Khali.
What more can be said than this man is massive? This man will be hard to get rid of from a battle royale. Now granted, I said that about Braun Strowman, and while we saw how easy it was to get rid of him, Khali is a different monster. There was no such thing as a Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale when this man competed. This man became a world heavyweight champion. This man dominated his competition and squashed their heads like it was no... Man, he treated them like basketballs. Just dribbled their heads across the mat. But that's not what you need in a bout like this. You just need to be able to lift them up and get rid of them. This man is an ultimate opportunist. A man that will take any chance to get rid of you from a matchup he's in.
And from New York City, weighing in at 290 pounds, John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL.
As the Bradshaw Bucks rain in from the sky, a Skipidoo and a Kumawaya. JBL. Happy-go-lucky as he makes his way into the ring. But when that bell goes, he becomes a tough SOB. It's going to be a different story for all those involved once this bout's over, if they have to tussle with JBL. Stiff shots, stiff strikes, and one clothesline from hell might seal the deal. And a potential shot at McIntyre for the Hall of Famer. Well, from a Hall of Famer to a man that's been in the hunt for McIntyre's belt. Yet to get that shot.
And from New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian Priest.
Now he's deserving of it. Priest, if he wins this, will get to battle with Big Daddy Drew. More certainly. Obviously, the Sandman will stand in his path before then. In fact, for anyone who wins this match has to deal with the Sandman regardless. And then McIntyre will be their main target if they're able to beat the Sandman. Well, as the field shapes up nicely, how about we bring some power?
And representing the New Day from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 285 pounds, Big E!
The big boy, Big E. He's entering the picture now. Hip swivels. The gyrating genitals. Certainly set the tune for what we're about to see as he joins the field as number 6.
Do you know what cool is?
But how about we round out the field with number 7.
Representing the Judgment Day from San Juan, Puerto Rico, weighing in at 220 pounds, Carlito!
The epitome of cool. Carlito. Looking ready to go. Chilled out though as he enters the ring. But who is number 8? Well, not who I expected.
Representing the LWO from Tala, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds, Brandon Lee!
In our last matchup, I believe we mentioned this guy is one of the first ever Conquest match combatants, Dragon Lee. We're going to go back to that pay-per-view and compete for the mid-card title. Obviously, we've laid out the stakes and what the pathway looks like regardless for everyone involved in this matchup. It's not straightforward, that's for certain. But it's still one that ends in glory if you can finish the story. And that story might come to an end sooner rather than later for most involved. As well, this battle royale is underway and well, the brawling begins. A situation befitting of JBL and his bruisery style. I'd say the same for Ridge Holland as well.
JBL has been eliminated.
But I should put a sock in my mouth because JBL's gone already. That brawling style did not fare too well here, as he's gone, and it was a quick night in the office for JBL. And well, them Bradshaw bucks. He's got time now while this match is going on to go and try and just collect as many of them as possible, because he's got to buy a taxi out of this arena. Back on the action now. Priest and Fado brawling. Holland gone.
Ridge Holland has been eliminated.
I'm speaking it into existence, but the brawlers are gone. Next will be Carlito. I've just got a sinking feeling he's going. As Dragon Lee currently battling with Big E to stay alive in this match. Able to do so for two in a similar situation with Priest. Carlito, nice Des Perez. Lands flush onto Carly and just delivers the punches in locomotive style. Priest catching Carlito, hits the flatliner, drills him into the mat. And as we said, I've got a feeling that it would be Carlito going next, but instead the big man, he's gone. As is Fatu. Priest is a one-man wrecking crew right now. He's gotten rid of two of his biggest rivals in this one. Big E turns his attention to Dragon Lee. He could be going for a little ride. Place over the top, we can see him hanging on still. Able to fight off the boot of Big E is Dragon Lee as he returns back into the ring. Carlito, gone. And we're down to 3 in this situation. As well, only one can win. Set a date with the Sandman next week. Big shots here from Big E. Just driving them into the stomach of Priest. More shots follow up. Down goes Damien. Nice super kick. Lee just going to chop away at the big men. Both men giant in comparison to him. He needs to utilize his speed, his size, and stature to evade. And then allow Priest and Big E to kind of just tear each other apart. But that's not working out to plan for Lee. Caught in a flurry of offense from the two big men. Priest put in the corner. This could be his chance to, well, get some space, but no. Manhattan drop from Big E. Then Priest hits that Falcon Arrow. He did the deal with Big E and now gonna pay the price. It was a dodgy deal and Big E's got him up. Military press. Priest caught. Big E tries to go for the splash, misses. And now Lee gonna capitalize on the mistake. Evasive techniques not gonna work in favor of Priest. Instead, he gets caught. Lee avoids a big ending. Tries to deliver a big shot though to Priest, who comes back. Flatliner. And now Priest feeling himself. The straps come down. Lee could be going in a minute. Up and down south side of heaven. Up and over. Lee hangs on for only a moment, but he's gone from the picture. Meanwhile, Big E, inverted scoop slam. And our final two, the big boys. It's Priest, it's Big E. And Priest could be in trouble because he's eating a big ending. The straps may have come down for Priest. But right now, I bet he's wishing they were still up because he wants to utilize them to wrap around them ropes to hang on maybe a moment longer. But that's not going to happen. And next week, it's Big E and the Sandman squaring off for #1 contendership to Drew McIntyre's Amethyst Championship. What a way to build us up to our main event. Conquest looking stacked already. with how this show has gone. As we close in on the main event, a title match that has technically got conquest implications on it. The winner will certainly be champion heading into the live event at the end of January.
Here is your winner, Big E.
Why don't we head to our championship main event? Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, Ruby belt on the line. Who walks away champion?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the prestigious World Championship.
Well, let's get it. As we have the rematch. Liv Morgan, looking for a belt back, has to deal with the giant, the irresistible force, Nia Jax. And well, Liv looking fired up for this one. Obviously, the championship that she built from the brand split, she became the face of the Breakdown Women's Division. And now, no longer in that position. Instead, she has to play second fiddle to an irresistible force. Nia Jax, a woman, a runner-up in the Women's Superstar of the Year. But when you look at the accolades she has accomplished, they are short-lived. It's unfortunate to say, but the championship reigns don't last longer than usually 2 months. Having only held this Ruby belt for just shy of a month. It's potentially a make or break moment for her in her title reign. The rematch coming up next. Mike Chrome, take it away with official championship introductions.
Introducing the challenger. From Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan. And her opponent, from San Diego, California, the prestigious World Champion, Nia Jax.
Big man Gregathy drawing officiating duties for this one. And it is the first big bout of 2026. Ruby belt on the line. Winter Classic winner Nia Jax looking content. Looking ready to go. Liv Morgan fired up to go full force off the get-go. Tries to deliver a clothesline, but Jax shakes it off in trademark Nia fashion. Already elevating Liv up. Morgan escaping, fighting out of that powerbomb position. A scary place to be with Nia. She can utilize that one-leg trapped powerbomb to great effect. Certainly one of her biggest weapons is Liv. Beautiful dropkick around the world in that corner to hit it. Certainly hitting it with some big force. Spinning back fist attempt there from Jax avoided. Liv, though, caught belly to back suplex from Nia. And it really comes down to, in this early stages, the power game of Nia versus the speed and resilience of Liv. This is an early submission attempt then. Torture rack. Gonna be broken there by a rope break thanks to our big man referee, Gregathy, calling a stop to that. Shots now flying in here for Liv. Avoids the grappling attempt from Jax for the first time, but can't avoid that second opportunity. And that's going to be costly, as now Nia pulling back and stomping the skull of Liv into the mat. Nia, as we've said, the best way to deal with her is to chop away at the legs, take away her footing, so then you can go to work and hit your powerful offense on her. Liv has been able to do it in the past. She's dealt with Nia, but obviously didn't get a shot at the Winter Classic to do so. Falling short to Fallon Henley in round 1 did Liv Morgan. Then it was Fallon versus Nia, and Nia, well, dismantled the double champ. Off the rope she goes, cannonballing in. Does connect, but looks to have caused some damage there to Nia. And that's giving Liv a chance now to capitalize, go on the offensive. Stomping into the chest of Jax, but there's a dragon screw. That counteracts that offense from Liv. There's Nia. She's been in firm control, but what's this? Lights went out. Whose music's that? We just saw her earlier in the show. But Wendy Chu. What's she doing here? Judgment Day colors on the back of, well, on the Tron. Could Wendy Chu be sizing up? But that's an Oblivion. That came from out of nowhere. 1, 2, and a kick out there. Nia staying alive, but that was flash offense from Morgan. Surprising to say the least. She's just gonna drive Jax into the mat. Liv finding a new lease of life after the destruction Nia caused in the early stages of this match. Liv just comes full swinging after the distraction. And Wendy Chu, of all people. Nia, though, not gonna give up that easily. Gunstunner now working that neck. She's just delivering the damage to the throat area of Liv. Morgan avoids a shot, delivers one of her own. A nice combination of shots, gonna do some damage to Jax, but having to go to a high impactful maneuver to get Nia down to the mat. Off the ropes, charging in, but not able to connect there with the axe to the back. Instead, Nia taking advantage. And this is what she, well, may have been looking for all the year. But that codebreaker could be stopping that tune. That avalanche Samoan drop could have been impactful, but this is more. Oblivion. Drilling the skull of Nia into the mat, almost getting the win. A 2 count. Still, the match rolls on. We could have had a 2-time champion in the house, but now trouble hits. One-legged powerbomb. 1, 2, and a kick out. Liv stays alive. But Nia reaching a breaking point. Liv has done a lot to her, but the irresistible force is irresistible for one reason alone. Dominance, destruction, and carnage that follows her. It is simply destructive. The leg drop to the arm there from Nia. Just causing pain and agony to Liv. And this is just demoralizing. Does bust open the former champ, but that's an oblivion out of nowhere. The skull of Nia crashing into the mat for the third time, but Liv's not done. This time, roll up. Has she got it? 2. No. Near fall. But not enough. Still the champion. Finding a method of the madness to fight on. Deadlift. Gorilla press. Bang! Liv dropped from a great height. Needs to reevaluate her attack. Rolls to the apron, but she's caught. She's not escaping Nia. Tossed back into the warpath of the irresistible force. Liv, though, still has some fight. Gets back in. Off the ropes. No, not going to be able to get to the ropes. Nia catches her. Dominates her. Nia lining Liv up. That trademark leg drop missing. Liv charging in. Rethinks the charge in. Inverted face buster. Kick not going to connect. Jack's a big clothesline off it. Now she's fired up. The champion looking to seize the opportunity. Liv being dragged to the corner. Placed in play. The headbutt. Destructive. And this is simply annihilation. 1, 2, no! Somehow, Morgan kicking out of that finish. Showcasing a champion spirit. That spirit can be crushed at any moment. And she's going for another flight through the air. That gorilla press just destructive. The high elevation that Jax gets with it. And now, adding insult to injury with double elbow drops. The second avoided, but now, Nia's just going toe-to-toe. It's a slugfest. The slugs, though, going to be cut short. Because there's a toss back into the ring. Liv not going to escape the punishment. Does avoid that shot. Combo of shots coming through. Snapmare. Drop kick. And Liv, she needs to seize the moment. Heads up top. Splash connects. For a second, I thought she was going to channel Daddy Dom and hit a frog splash. But that's not the case. Instead, a scoop and a slam to the second rope. And this could usually be a setup for the code breaker. Spikes the head of Jax into the mat. 2, no. Still we fight on. An instant classic to start out 2026. Oblivion. A fourth Oblivion this match. 1, 2, new champ. The belt returns to Liv Morgan. A great way for her to start 2026. And my word, what a matchup we had. The early game, dominant for the irresistible force. But at some points, doubt creeped in. Liv found opportunities. Oblivions from out of nowhere. And then it was it. Jax caught off guard. And Liv living La Vida Loca now. Championship back around her waist. As she slays an irresistible force here tonight. Our first breakdown of 2026 ends in a bang with a contender for matchup of the year. I'm already calling it as a matchup of the year because, my word, that was explosive. And I'm already in the process of losing my voice.
Here is your winner, and new prestigious world champion, Liv Morgan.
What a match to call. And what a win as the belt returns to Liv. We end out tonight's breakdown with a new champion. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new and if you want to. And I will see you for Underground this Saturday/Sunday. Peace out.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking